One of the most common squat faults is when the knees collapse inward, especially under load on the ascent. That knee valgus often goes completely unnoticed by the athlete performing it. With lighter loads, the collapse can be so subtle you are unaware it's happening. But as speed, intensity, and fatigue increase, knee valgus becomes more pronounced. Even then, many athletes don't catch it until knee or back strain shows up. A simple video recording or an objective eye can catch what you've been missing. Even more so, when you shift into a unilateral squat pattern, the loss of alignment becomes unmistakable. Some athletes are more prone to knee valgus due to differences in their anatomy. Primarily, women have wider hips that result in a greater Q angle of the femur. For many others, knee valgus is a coordination and stability issue caused by a motor control disconnect between the foot, hips, and core. When that connection falters, alignment breaks down, and instability robs you of strength and efficiency. The good news is that the approach to improving control over the knee in a squat pattern is the same. Start with the feet. If foot stability fails, the ankle caves, the ankles internally rotate, and the knee is pulled inward as a natural consequence. This can appear in squats, jumps, and landings. Build your foundation by establishing a strong foot tripod that's equal pressure under the base of the big toe, little toe, and heel, and maintain that tripod throughout the movement, especially on the ascent. A light mini band around the ankles or above the knees adds a subtle tension that activates the stabilizers and promotes cleaner knee tracking over the middle toes. Next, focus on the hips. The glute medius is the primary muscle responsible for preventing the femur from collapsing inward. When it isn't coordinating well with the foot and the core, knee valgus becomes automatic under load or speed. To rebuild that control, use a single leg balance squat paired with opposite leg reaches. You want to reach the free leg as far as you can control in 4 directions. Lateral at 90, posterior medial at about 135 degrees, straight posterior at 180, and posterior lateral at 135. Each reach forces the hip and foot to coordinate, stabilize, and keep the working knees centered over the middle toe. Adding a light mini band pulling the knee inward enhances reactive neuromuscular control and teaches the body to resist collapse without leaning or shifting the torso. And you must tie everything together with the core. A braced core keeps the spine and pelvis neutral so that hips can generate and control force effectively. Using a dowel rod along your back with 3 points of contact, the head, mid-back, and tailbone, helps to reinforce that neutral position as you move through the single leg pattern. When the feet, hips, and core reconnect, knee valgus becomes easier to correct and thus far less likely to limit your performance. Stability improves, force production increases, and your squat and any explosive movement becomes stronger, safer, and more efficient.